Hello everyone, welcome back to the video lecture of Python programming language. So we are discussing the pseudocode. So let's have a question and write the pseudocode for the question. The question is to print a number of series and the series is look like 1, 2, 6, 24, 120, 720 up to nth term. So first we will take an input for n. How many number of series we are going to print? That is the question first here. First we will take a value that is the nth term and we will count that value. For when we will print the nth term, then we have to stop there. Then the second question is how to print. What is the logic behind this? We have to print 1, then 2, then 6, then 24, then 120, then 720, then what? So what is the logic here? So first one is 1, the second one is what? 2, the third one is what? 6. If we will take this first 3 number, then we have to think what is the logic here. If it is 1 and if it is 2, then it will be 3. Suppose here is 1, if I will take this and 2 into 1, that is what? 2. Then what is the next number? The next number is 3. So 3 into the previous number is what? 2. So that is what? 6. Then what is the next? That is 24. Suppose here I am taking 4. 4 into the previous number is what? Here we got 6. 4 into 6, that is 24. Then what will be the next? Suppose the next is 5. 5 into previous number is what? 24. 5 into 24 is what? 120. So here I am taking 1 into 1. Then I will go for, suppose this one is I, then I equals to 1. 1 into 1. Then I will be 2. 2 into the previous number, that is 1. 2 into 1, that is 2. Then I will be 3. Here will I come to here? 3. 3 and this previous number will come to here. 3 into 2, that is 6. Again I will be what? 4. 4 into 6 will be come to here. 4 into 6, that is 24. Then what is the next number? I will be 5. Then 5 and 24 will come to here. 5 into 24, that is 120. Then I will be what? I will be 6 into 120 will come to here. And what will be the result? That is 720. Next, the next number should be, I will be 7 into 720 will come to here. Like this, the next number, the I will be 8 here and this result will come to here. This will multiply it with this and we will get the result. So this is one of the logic. And the second logic is what? First 1. So 1 factorial is what? 1. Then 2 factorial. 2 factorial is what? 2 into 1, that is 2. 3 factorial is what? 3 factorial is what? 3 into 2 into 1, that is 6. Then 4 factorial. 4 factorial is what? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is what? 24. Then 5 factorial. 5 factorial is what? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. What is that? 120. Then we will go for 6 factorial, 7 factorial, 8 factorial, 9 factorial. So if n will be 10, we have to print 1 factorial, 2 factorial up to 10 factorial. That is the nth term. If n will be 15, then we have to print 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial up to 15 factorial. So that is the nth term. So let's write the pseudocode for the printing 1, 2, 6, 24, 120 and 720 like up to nth term. So first we will take the input for n. N is the nth term here. Then what we are going for? We are calculating for I equals to 1 to I less than n. We are calculating the factorial of I. Then we will print the factorial of I. So for I equals to 1, I less than equals to n and I will get incremented by 1. Here we have to follow the indentation. For I equals to 1, we have to calculate the factorial of 1 and we have to print the factorial of 1. Then when I will got modified with 2, then we have to calculate the factorial of 2 and we have to print the factorial of 2. So for I equals to 1, here the factorial value is what? 1. Then we have to print the factorial, or we have to calculate the factorial of I. We know that how to calculate the factorial of I. So for that we are taking another loop for j equals to 1, j less than equals to I, j plus plus. Here what actually we are doing? We are doing factorial equals to factorial into j. Then this will end here. We have already calculated by executing this loop. For j equals to 1, we have calculating the factorial of 1, then I will be incremented by 2, then we will again start with j equals to 1 and j will go up to 2, then we will calculate the factorial of 2. Like when I equals to 10, j will start from 1, j will goes up to 10, then we will able to calculate the factorial of I, that is 10. So after calculating the factorial, now our question is to print that number. So here we have to follow this indentation. Here this is the block of this inner for loop and this is the block for the outer for loop. This is the indentation here and this is the indentation here. So print the value of what? The value of factorial, percentage d, and here is the percentage factorial. This is the style of writing the or printing the value of factorial in case of Python programming. So this is the outer for loops indentation, or we have to, this block belongs to the outer for loop. So after this we have completed our question. Suppose here I am printing print thank you. So let's see if it is actually executing or not. Suppose for n I am taking the value that is 4. So we have to print 4 number of series, that means 1, 2, 6 and 24. So let's see actually we are printing these 4 numbers or not. So what is the value of I here? I equals to 1. Then I less than equals to 4, true. Then here we will come, then factorial equals to what? Factorial equals to 1. Then j equals to what? 1. J less than equals to I, true. Here j equals to what? 1. 1 less than equals to 1, true. Then we will go here. Factorial equals to factorial into z. 1 into 1. What is the value here? 1. Then j plus plus. J will get incremented by 1, that will be 2. Then 2 less than equals to 1. Condition false. Then we will go here. This is the, this factorial is belongs to the inner for loop. Once this condition will false, then I will go to here, out of the loop. So percentage d factorial. So what will be printed? The 1 will get printed here. Then after this we will go for what? I plus plus. So I will be what? I will be 2. Then factorial equals to what? Factorial will be 1. Then j equals to what? 1. 1 less than equals to 2, true. Then factorial equals to what? Factorial into z. 1 into 1, that is 1. Then j plus plus, j will be 2. 2 less than equals to 2, true. Then we will go here, factorial equals to factorial into j. So what is the j value? 2. So 1 into 2, what is that? 2. Then j will be get incremented and j will be 3. So 3 less than equals to 2. Condition false. We will go here. Percentage d factorial. So what is the value of factorial now? 2. Then 2 will be get printed here. Then we will go here. I value will be what? 3. Then factorial equals to what? Factorial will be 1. Factorial value will get modified. Then j equals to what? J equals to 1. 1 less than equals to 3, true. Then we will go here. Factorial equals to factorial into j. So 1 into 1, what is that? 1. Then j value will get incremented by 2. 2 is less than equals to 3. True. Then we will go for calculating the factorial, that is factorial into j. J value is what? 2. So 1 into 2 is what? 2. Then j value will get modified. So what is that now? 3. 3 is less than equals to 3. True. Then we will go for calculating factorial. So 2 into 3, so that is 6. Then j value will get modified and it will be 4. So 4 is less than equals to 3. Condition false. We will go out of the loop here. So percentage t factorial. So now what is the factorial value? That is 6. So 6 will be printed here. Then after this we will go for here. I will be what? 4. 4 less than equals to 4. 4 less than equals to 4. True. Then we will go here. Factorial again modified with 1. So here the factorial will be 1. Then for j equals to 1, j less than equals to 4, we are going to calculate the factorial. So what will be the 1 into 1, that is 1. When j will be 2, 1 into 2, that is 2. When j will be 3, 2 into 3, that is 6. When j will be 4, 6 into 4, that is 24. And when j will be 5 and I is what? 4. So this condition will be false. We will go here. Then factorial value will get printed, that is 24. Then I value will incremented, that is 5. Now what is the n value? 4. I value is what? 5. 5 less than equals to 4. Condition false. Then we will go here. Because this is the body of outer for loop. Once this condition will false, then we will go out of the body. So this belongs to the body. When the condition false, we will go here. So print thank you. So we have, now we can print thank you. Like this, suppose n equals to 10 here, then we will continue. For 4 factorial, that is 24. For 5 factorial, that will be 120. For 6 factorial, that will be 720, like this. So depending upon the nth term, we are going to calculate the factorial from 1 up to nth term. Then we are going to print those terms. So this is the pseudocode for printing a number series, that is 1, 2, 6, 24, 120 and 720, like up to nth term. Suppose the next question is to print the pyramid here. So this is our pyramid. We have to write the pseudocode for printing the pyramid in our display script. Suppose here we are starting with 2. So let's have a look into the position here. So this is the first row and first column. This is the second row, first column, second row, second column. Like that, third row, first column, third row, second column, third row, third column, fourth row, first column, fourth row, second column, fourth row, third column, and fourth row, fourth column. Like that, fifth row, first column, 5, 2 here, 5, 3, 5, 4. That means fifth row and fourth column, and fifth row and fifth column. So what we need to print here? We need to print 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what is the logic here? Here is the row number 1, column number 1. If we will add this, then what will be the result? 2. So we have to print the 2. Like 2 plus 1, what will be the result? 3. 2 plus 2, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 3, 6. Like that, here is 4 plus 2, 6. 5 plus 4, 9. 5 plus 5, 10. So we have to add the row position and the column position. So what we will get the summation value, that we need to print there. So first we need to find out the counter variable, where to start and where to stop. Here, if we will take the I as row and j for column, so here I equals to 1 and j equals to what? 1. Then the I, this one is our I, so here I equals to 2, j equals to 1 and 2. So let me write here. For the first, I equals to 1 and j equals to 1. For the second row, I equals to 2, j will be 1 and 2. For the third row, I will be 3, j will be 1, 2 and 3. For the fourth row, I will be 4, j will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then for fifth row, I will be 5, J will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just take there, for the first row, I will be 1 and J will be 1. For the second row, I will be 2 and J will be 1 and 2. For the third row, I will be 3 and J will start from 1 and will end with 3. Then for I equals to 4, J will start with 1 and J will goes up to 4. And for I equals to 5, J will start with 1 and J will goes up to 5. So what is the logic here? So here I will be start from 1 to 5 because we have 5 number of rows, and for each I, J will be start from 1 and it will goes up to I. When I equals to 1, J will be 1. I equals to 2, J will start from 1 and will goes up to 2. I will be 10, J will start with 1 and will end with 10. So J value depends on I. So this is the very simple. For the row we have an outer loop, and that for the outer loop the counter variable is I. The range for I is what? 1 to 5. And for the inner loop, that is for column counting, that is the counter variable is J, and J will start with 1 and J will end with the value of I. So J is completely depending on I. So let's write the pseudo code for printing this pyramid. So first we need to take the value for row because we are not dealing with column value. The column position is depending on the row value. So first we will take the value for row. So first we will take input for row. Suppose here I have taken 5 number of row. So row will be 5. Then we will go for printing this. So for I equals to 1, I less than equals to row I plus plus. So here I will goes up to 1 to 5. So if row is 5, I will start with 1 and I will end with 5. So that's why I less than equals to 5. Then for the inner loop, we have the counter variable, that is J, and the J will start with 1 and J will end with I. So J will less than equals to I and J plus plus. Now what we need to print? We have to print the summation of ith term and jth term. That means I value and J value. So here we need to print percentage D, here I plus J. So we need to print I value and J value. Whatever the summation value, that will get printed in the display screen. So after displaying this, we have to come out of this inner loop. So that means once I will print 2, I have to come to the next line. For that we have the slash n. So for that here we need to print slash n. Then this will be ended. Suppose I want to print a thank you or my program is complete after the pyramid is complete. So I can write here, because this is the first inner for loop and this is the body for outer for loop. So we have to print here, suppose print my pyramid is complete. So let's see it is working or not. So initially row is what? Suppose I am taking the row as 4. So this will be 2, this first 4 rows will get printed and this will not get printed. So let's see, I equals to what? 1 less than 4, true. Then I will go here, j equals to what? J equals to 1. Then j less than equals to 1, true. Then I will go here, I plus j. What is the value? I is 1, j is 1. So I plus j is what? 2. Then 2 will get printed here. Then j will be 2. Once j will be 2, this condition is false. I will go here. Then I will come to here. Then after this I will go for I equals to 2. So I will be 2. J equals to what? J equals to 1. 1 less than equals to 2, true, then I will go here. 2 plus 1, what is 3? Then 3 will get printed. Then j will be 2. So 2 less than equals to 2, true, then I will go here. Then 2 plus 2, what is 4? 4 will get printed. Then j will be 3. 3 less than equals to 2, condition false, I will go here. That means I will come to the next line. Then what will happen? I will be 3 and j will be what? 1. 3 plus 1, 4. J will be 2. 3 plus 2, 5. Then j will be 3. 3 plus 3, 6. Then j will be 4. So once j will be 4, this condition will be false. Then I will go to the next line here. So what is j now? Sorry, I now 4. So for I equals to 4, j will goes up to 4 plus 1, 5. 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 3, 7. 4 plus 4, that is 8. Then once it will be 5, the condition will be false. So now the I value will be 5. So what is the row here? 4. 5 less than equals to 4, condition false. Then I will go here. My pyramid is complete. So this is the pseudocode for printing this pyramid. You can change your pyramid and you can write the pseudocode for your pyramid according to your question. So I hope you people have got a basic knowledge about the programming tools like algorithm, flowchart and pseudocode. So this the pseudocode is the best way to implement a program. If we have the pseudocode with us, then we can implement that pseudocode into any programming language. So that will be very easy. So first we have to write the pseudocode, then we will go for implementing the program by using some programming language. So this is all for the programming practice tool. Next class we will go for different data types or functions. Have a great time. Thank you.